Before I went into business for myself, I spent a number of years working for corporate businesses and mid-sized businesses. And in that time, even though I was working for somebody else, I was very proactive in driving my career forward. I was very determined to move up fast, and so I had strategies and planning in regards to moving my career forward. I see a lot of people who, when they work in a 9-to-5 job, they become extremely passive and mentally lazy, and that inadvertently results in long-term stagnation in their careers. At the end of the day, your managers are not responsible for driving your career forward. You are, and there are certain things that you can do in terms of behaviors and attitudes that is going to get you noticed for the right reasons. Number one, become results orientated. You'll be surprised how many people go into their work and then it's like they're just on autopilot. They just do what they have to do and then they go home. They're not really thinking about the outcomes that they have to produce and then the expectations that they have to produce for their department, for their bosses, and for their organization. Results orientation simply means that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how hard you worked if you have not been able to produce the outcomes that your company wants you to produce. It means being heavily focused on KPIs and measuring those KPIs on a regular basis. Become results orientated. In a world where the vast majority of people are too concerned about how many hours they're putting in and they're more concerned about their inputs, you become results orientated, and what you'll find is that within a short period of time, you'll start to get noticed. The second thing that you can do to get promoted fast is to have an attitude of gratitude. So many people go into work and then after a while, what happens is their excitement starts to wane and they become entitled. If you have an attitude of gratitude and you continually, deliberately feel grateful for the fact that you've got a job, for the people that you work with, and at every opportunity, you express your gratitude to the people that you're working with, to the bosses that you're working with, for the training that you're getting, for the salary that you're getting, what's going to happen is you're going to stand out as extremely positive. In the beginning, a lot of people are positive when they get a new job, but then after a while, they start to become, they become entitled and they start to complain. This will allow you to stand out because people will start to notice that you're an extremely positive and pleasant individual and they'll want to deal with you, and over a period of time, this is going to get you noticed for the right reasons. The third thing that you can do to get promoted fast is to become creative. Have a different approach to solving problems and managing tasks. Most people just get on with the task that they've been given and they never question it. They never really ask themselves, how can I make this better? They don't ask themselves, is this even necessary? They don't ask themselves, are there things that the company is doing or the department is doing that is actually wasting time and resources? By being creative, you start to think outside the square. You start to think about whether what we're doing, is this something that needs to be done? Is this something that is being done in the most efficient manner? Are there ways perhaps in which we can be more productive or we can save on resources in carrying out those tasks? Creativity gets you noticed because very few people practice it. The fourth thing that you can do to get promoted fast is to be extremely reliable. Make commitments, but stick to those commitments. After a while, what's going to happen is people will have this perception of you where they're going to say, well, when I allocate a task to this person, I know it's going to get done. When you have that kind of rock-solid reputation because you always get things done, because you're extremely reliable, what's going to happen is your name's going to come up for the right reasons and more promotional opportunities will be granted to you. The fifth thing that you can do in order to stand out and get promoted fast is to be a brilliant communicator. Demonstrate at every level that your comprehension capabilities are advanced, that you understand nuance, you understand complexity. The more precise you are in your communication, the more you practice the art of brevity, meaning getting your point across in the fewest words possible without wasting people's time, the more you're going to get noticed for the right reasons. Brilliant communicators always get promoted regardless of what industry or job they work in. And by advancing your communication capability, you're going to stand out for the right reasons. The sixth thing that you can do to get promoted fast is to build a powerful professional image. Now, when I say powerful, I don't mean intimidating. Powerful means somebody who's very dignified, reserved, and professional. As you start to show up in a professional manner, dignified and elegant, what's going to happen is you're going to start to get noticed. You always want to come across as somebody who takes pride in their personal presentation and their conduct. This is going to get you noticed for the right reasons, and your name is going to come up for promotional opportunities. The seventh thing that you can do to get promoted fast is to build relationships. Now, it's important for you to be task-oriented and results-oriented, but also be people-oriented. You will find that people who are good at managing tasks and responsibilities, but also they're good at managing relationships and building relationships, their names come up a lot more than the people who are not visible. You've got to make relationships not just within your team, but even outside your team, interdepartmentally, within the organization, outside the organization, and even outside the industry. The more people know you, trust you, and respect you, the more opportunities you're going to attract. Quite simply, that can be within your organization or even outside of your organization. When Myers-Briggs carry out their personality test, they found that some of the most successful individuals when it comes to careers are people who are both task-oriented and people-oriented. Now, people orientation is a skill that a lot of professionals lack. A lot of professionals would much rather go and get more degrees and certificates and hide behind their diplomas and their degrees and hide behind their computer than actually build relationships proactively. As you start to build relationships proactively, you're going to start to open up more opportunities for you. These tips that I've just talked about are the tips that I applied in order to further my career fast. Now, I'm not saying that I was successful in every role, but the fact is that I moved faster than most of the colleagues that I worked with within a 10-year period. And that gave me the confidence to then go out and build my own business. I never stayed in a job for more than 12 to 18 months. And I always ensured that as I moved up the corporate ladder, my income also increased at the same time. Follow the strategies and the tips that I have given you in this video, and you will see that as you are mindful of these factors, you will start to get noticed for the right reasons, and more promotional opportunities will become available to you.